What's up guys, FearSpartans here. In today's video I'm going to be doing a little class setup video for you guys on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta. This is after weekend 1, so the level cap right now is 20, so we don't have a bunch of other weapons. But the biggest tip I can give you guys is to play slow. If you're frustrated with this game, you're just going to have to force yourself to play slow. There's really no other way around it really. The game just forces that slow-paced play style, so just get used to it and you'll probably enjoy the game a little bit more than you currently are, or just play the 2v2 gunfight mode. That mode allows for multiple play styles. You can rush there and you can camp as well if you choose to. So I love the 2v2 gunfight mode, but it's a lot better than the regular multiplayer in my opinion at the moment. So let's get right into these classes. So this right here is the best gun in the game at the moment. Definitely the best AR that we have. That is the M4A1. I think this gun will actually be beat out by the FAMAS once we unlock that next weekend. So let's get right into the gunsmith where I have my attachments. So I don't have anything in the muzzle. And the reason is, I kind of mentioned this, is I don't really like reducing my aim down sight speed just because that is super important for me. Because I try to like to move around the map, and if I'm moving around and it takes me forever to ADS, it's just going to be a no-go. So I try to make sure I have a fast ADS speed. You're going to kind of notice that in a lot of my weapons. But here we have the short barrel, double aim down sight speed, so that's really nice. It does reduce my bullet velocity and recoil control, but it also does increase that movement speed as well. And then I like the operator reflex sight. Honestly, it's just kind of your personal preference of what you like. If you like the hollow sight, I don't really recommend some of these crazy sights down here, but sniper scope would be kind of interesting, honestly. Even put that in like single fire mode, that'd be kind of cool to use. But I do just kind of like the reflex sight. A lot of you guys might like this hollow sight though. Then perk, I have sleight of hand. I honestly don't really know why. You don't really get into crazy combat fights. You typically have quite a lot of time to reload in this game compared to previous Call of Duties where you're always just constantly in action. So I think I might end up changing that eventually, but at the moment I do have sleight of hand. Then we have pistol grip, once again to increase that ADS speed, and the sprint to fire speed. That is also hugely important. If you can find any attachments that increase that, definitely recommend it. Hopefully there's like a perk in the future that has like gung ho. That would be a godsend for this game because you're going to need it with how fast you die and how many people are just camping in ADS lines of sight. And then for my 5th attachment, we have the angled foregrip. Pros, it controls a horizontal recoil. I think that's a lot easier to have than the vertical recoil control. Horizontal recoil is a lot harder to manage, so kind of reducing that helps a lot more than reducing the vertical recoil because you'll still have that horizontal recoil. And plus, vertical recoil, they go straight up. Lots of times just lead to a headshot, so that's usually pretty good. So definitely would recommend using the horizontal recoil control there. And maybe I might use this tactical grip. I didn't realize I unlocked this, but it's kind of similar to the angled foregrip, but I'll just have to wait and see. That's pretty much it for the M4A1. And guys, if you guys have any classes that you guys really like and you want me to try out, I definitely recommend putting them down because I will take a look at them and definitely try them out. Perks, I mean, Ghost or Hardline, EOD I really like. So with how many claymores there are, it's so hard to spot claymores, so it's really nice that I'm able to kind of use them and not have to die by them whenever I run over them. And a lot of times you can jump over claymores. I don't know if you guys have noticed that yet, but sometimes you can get away with jumping over them. And then Battle Harden is also really good, or if you want to use Shrapnel, those are the two I'd use right now, Ghost and Hardline at the moment. It will eventually be Ghost or Kill Chain. I think those will be the two best in perk 2, but Ghost is definitely the most overpowered perk in the game right now, and it will be that way most likely for the duration of the game. And then EOD is I really enjoy here, but this perk 1 you can have a lot more playstyles, or try to have more playstyles, more options to use I feel like than the other 2 perk slots. So that's pretty much it for the perks. I won't really go to them in depth on them in the future classes, but here we have the MP5, which is the best submachine gun. I think the other submachine guns perform pretty well, but I'd still rather use ARs personally. And we kind of had similar things here. We had the lightweight barrel to ADS speed quicker. We do have the laser sight just because you're going to be hip firing a little bit more with a submachine gun than you would an assault rifle. We have the mini reflex sight. I don't really know why I like that one more, but it was just kind of personal preference. Just choose which one you like. Then once again, the pistol grip, get that fast ADS and sprint to fire speed, kind of a must. Nothing really too crazy in the perks that I really liked. Maybe sleight of hand when I unlock it. But then once again, we also have that angled foregrip. Horizontal recoil is a lot more difficult to control, so definitely would recommend putting that on. And then moving down, we have the M13, which I would say is the second best assault rifle. I'm not a huge fan of the AK, honestly. I don't know what it was. Like even in the 2v2 alpha, I never really liked the AK. This one's a little bit different. I do have the laser sight on it, and I have the reflex. I don't have that short barrel because it's not an option right now, at least. And then we have the heavy hitter. I don't really know why I chose this one. I definitely think that was a mistake. I would probably start with fully loaded or something, so I don't have to worry about running out of ammo. Pistol grip once again, and this one I have vertical recoil. I don't know. I guess I didn't change it. Also, bipod would be pretty decent if you like to prone and crouch. I use that on my AK quite a bit. And then the AK-47. Now this class, I'd also recommend using the AUG. I think that AUG is the second best SMG in my opinion. MP7, I'm sure a lot of you guys like as well. If you guys have a second favorite SMG, I definitely recommend using that. But just kind of the slow play style, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to want to be using ARs in this game. So we're just going to go ahead and showcase the AK-47. AK-47 is not my best weapon, so if you guys have a class for this, please recommend one. But it's kind of similar to my other classes that I have. It's just a laser sight. I think this is pretty similar to the M13 one. Laser sight, operator reflex sight, a recon. So I can see nameplates at a greater distance because it's really hard to see nameplates in this game. Unfortunately, I think they need to really buff up the nameplates. It's really hard to spot people. Especially in dark corners and whatnot. Once again, we have the pistol grip. Pistol grip is definitely my go-to attachment on all these weapons. Then once again, the angled foregrip as well. Angled foregrip and pistol grip I always go for, and then usually a reflex sight. And yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys might want a stock. I could definitely see that. I just kind of don't really choose to use it just because I already know that the ADS, the stocks already in this game are pretty good without even having one. Like you can move while ADS walking pretty fast with ARs compared to previous Call of Duties. So that's why I don't really choose to use the stocks. That's probably what a lot of you guys are thinking right now. Why I'm not using stocks, and that's the reason. You already ADS walk pretty quick compared to other Call of Duties. So that's why I choose not to use stocks. And then also we do have the deagle on pretty much all of our secondary classes. I can't believe I'm already at level 10. Oh yeah, that's right. I played a lot of 2v2 gunfight mode. That's if you want to rank up your deagle, that's the way to do it. Go to the 2v2 gunfight mode. And then lastly, we have a sniper. Now, unfortunately, it's very hard to quickscope, and we do have the claymore here. I would recommend putting the claymore if you guys are really trying to play slow on your other classes. And I do have shrapnel, so I can use like 2 claymores. But let's get right into this. I tried to get this to be kind of quick ADS time, but there's only so much you can do, and a lot of people want to get to level 21 on this AX50 so that they can use the short barrel. I honestly don't think that increased ADS speed is going to be enough to quick scope. I could be wrong, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. It's really hard to quick scope in this game. It's basically impossible. Like you can't like run around like you could in previous Call of Duties like Black Ops 2 or something and just like beam people with a sniper like a shotgun basically at close range. I chose no optic. You could definitely use one of these other optics to get a little bit quicker ADS time for sure. I do have the stock on this one. I don't really know why that was. I think it was just the idle sway control. And then we have FMJ. There's a couple of things you could choose here. Once again, the recon to see the enemy nameplates, or focus, the presence of mind to have infinite hold breath. If you're just trying to hard scope, that would actually probably be really useful in the ground morse 32v32 mode that we're going to be seeing next weekend. Definitely would recommend maybe trying that out if you're trying to hard scope. And then we have the pistol grip once again, and then we have the bipod just to get that prone and crouch weapon control. And whenever I'm, just sitting back in the building, sniping people. So that's pretty much my sniper class. I do have a sniper gameplay. If you guys have seen that, I do get a couple little triple kills. I have not gotten like a quad kill. I definitely have not gotten a quad feed, but it's just really hard to quick scope in this game, so you're just going to have to play a little bit more tactically with your sniper and just sit in a window like pretty much everyone else. But yeah, that's it for my classes, guys. If you guys have any classes, please recommend them down below, and I'll definitely be checking them out. Might adjust my class based on those. So yeah, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.